But like I played football since I was probably 5, 6 years old, like pee-wee, and my dad always just instilled like humility in me. So even if I had a good game, it wasn't that he was telling me that I didn't do good, but he was just always reminding me to be humble. And so, like I remember getting into high school and my first year on varsity, my sophomore year is like didn't think I'd ever be able to play varsity. And sophomore, junior year, it wasn't until then where I'm like, okay, I can do this. I'm starting to pick up on this, and I'm actually a pretty good player, pretty good athlete. So it wasn't probably till sophomore, junior year of high school that I realized, like, hey, I can actually do something with this. Ames gets pretty crazy as is, and I think with everybody getting a year off and coming back, it's gonna be absolutely insane. Like I try to even talk to some of the guys who were freshmen last year and sophomores this year, like, you got to prepare for it. It's a little bit different, and it's going to be different than what you experienced last year. So, but no, I mean, it's going to be pretty hectic. So, yeah, coming out of Texas high school, I'm thinking, all right, I want to go play college in Texas. That was my mindset, being a young kid. So I had an offer from Iowa coming out of high school, and I really liked the DC at the time and the safety coach that was talking to me. But I remember telling them, I'm like, hey, I like your program, but I don't think I would ever go that far away from home. And that was literally the only reason I told them I didn't want to go out there, and I wanted to see the Texas schools and all that. And then, yeah, went Ole Miss, JUCO, Iowa State, and I had never even heard of Iowa State until JUCO, honestly. So they recruited me, and they were just like, just come out and see what we have to offer. And I remember the first day I stepped on campus, I just fell in love with the coaching staff.
I mean, kind of what you're talking about is what other players have said about Campbell, is that he is real. And, and we've all seen when guys say that, like they're supposed to say that. Mm-hmm. But it seems very sincere coming from you guys.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Like Campbell, man, I can view him as a father. I can view him as a brother.
Yeah.
Just from day one, you talk to him, he's going to be real with you. He keeps his office open. Go up there, say whatever you want to say with him. And there's no limits on the conversations you can have with him, and I just think that a lot of guys respect that, and that's exactly what you would want from a head coach or somebody that you're playing for, right? So now how I'm kind of viewing myself this year, this being my last season, for sure. I promise I'll leave after this season. With this being my last season, I feel the need to kind of pass the torch, right? So before it was getting to know everybody, leading everybody, keeping everybody on the same page. Now I feel like it should be okay. Guys know the type of leader that I am, right? So now let me see if you can step up and be the leader, right? Preparing people to lead and kind of take my spot as I depart, right? I don't want it to I leave and then now everybody's like, oh, so-and-so's gone or whoever's gone and we don't know what to do. Like, you should have that same role. My parents, my father for sure, and then my mom as well. But they just kept me real grounded my entire life, and just care about people and give more than you take is really the motto. So, selves accountable, and so on and so forth. Well, honestly, it was all separate decisions. Like I didn't speak with Charlie once. I didn't speak with Mike once about the decision. I let that decision be their own decision. And we were all just as surprised as everybody else was, like, oh, you're coming back too? Or you're coming back too? So none of us really knew. For me, it was just a faith-based thing, like praying to God, and I felt like he led me in the right direction. Yeah, I think it's a player buy-in. Because Campbell kind of talks about that, how, well, he brought his staff with him when he first got here, but the culture of just the players within itself, not really wanting to trust in him and his process or buy into the culture, right? I think every year that progresses. We know exactly what we were looking for. We know what we want. We know our standards, and so it's easier. So now the entire team is bought in. Now you just got to incorporate the freshman class, and it's kind of smooth like that. So I think it's like the player buy-in has progressed each year.
How big is that Iowa game, and kind of what do you expect for that atmosphere coming up?
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be an exciting game. It's going to be a crazy atmosphere. I already know that. So personally, I love playing Iowa because it is a rivalry. We do feel it. I like the, Big 12, you're used to the spread offenses, but Iowa, they like to play some smash mouth football and think they can run it down our throats. So I like that they come in there thinking that they can do that, and I like playing that physical type of game with them. So it'll be fun.